All right, we are live. Hi, everyone. Sorry we're late. 10 minutes. Still dealing with some technical difficulties here. Alyssa, what's going on?
I don't know. Ace isn't loading now, so
Hmm.
I don't know what's going on.
It might just be a chat night, fireside chat night.
Honestly, maybe. It was working just a minute ago.
I need to add in, some of our chat. Hey, what's up, Rigid? Johnny, welcome. Everyone, welcome to the chat. We're setting things up. Pop-out window ready so we can at least load the chat here. Excuse us, it's been a while since we've done one of these. We are live.
Let me just turn this whole thing off for a second and see if that'll do it.
Yeah, sorry guys for the delays here on getting the ACE working. It's currently not booting up for us. So, we're trying to figure that out right now.
But if you have any questions or want to talk about something, we can start doing that.
Yep.
See if this loads.
Wild Adventures, Big Cross, Crisis King. Absolutely. We're going to talk about some fun stuff today. We've got, well, first of all, the Short Act and the Hearing Protection Act, kind of updates on those. I think the House is officially voting tonight. We had some flip-flop.
They said they're
Representatives.
voting tonight. We'll see if that actually happens.
Yeah. There's a big hope in that it doesn't actually pass. And the reason for that is because, well, our verbiage was gutted, so it's kind of like a lot of people are just ready to burn the ships. Burn the ships isn't the whole speak. What's the word? Throw the baby out with the bathwater?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot that's happened since the last time we met, which was probably like 3 weeks ago, because 3 or 4, I think, because we were traveling a lot. We were just so busy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this is the first week back. It's working.
It's working?
Yes.
Hallelujah. Let's get it popping.
Okay.
Yes, e.g., it is currently, as it sits, a $0 tax stamp. You still have to get a stamp. It just costs $0. So you still got to do the whole rigmarole of going to silencer shop or whatever means you have necessary and doing fingerprinting if you're new to it. But it's far less egregious with the $200.
Still stupid, but
Very stupid, very stupid. I shouldn't say far less. It's a little less egregious. I'd prefer not to have to register. I think it'll pass. I think there's a high likelihood it'll pass like that. It's kind of gone under the radar for everyone outside of the gun industry, which is great.
here's a mess now.
Yep. Sorry, you still look cute. I'm still trying to figure out how to actually add the chat in here.
Oh,
Into
okay.
our stream.
So add the plus sign down.
Right here?
Yep.
do
Was it browser?
Yep. And then you have to get the link.
Let's do chat.
It's been a while.
It has been. Sorry, guys. It has been a while. We'll call it chat 2. Electric Boogaloo. Oh, whoops. I don't want to do that. That's
so
embarrassing.
That URL you need to grab it from that.
Right here?
From the top. Where you were.
Right here?
From the top. Top. Right, up, right there.
Oh, right there. Okay, just grab it manually like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Sorry, guys. Ugh. Old tech support over here. And then, all right, cool. There's our chat. Whoa, that's way too big. Is there any way to like resize that? Because I remember we could.
We used to.
What, how? Okay, we are
There we go.
old people. Jeez, that's squishing it though. We are old timing this right now. We're gonna put you guys up in the corner right here, okay? Goodness gracious.
Okay, we can make that bigger though.
I don't know what should be bigger, us or that chat.
Well, just make it a little bit bigger because that's super tiny.
Okay, there you go. I'll hang out over here, so the frame's not bad. Okay,
You can
gosh,
actually
we
sand
are.
it down,
But then it gets. Watch.
okay, it's fine.
You know
fine.
what? We're gonna get better next week. We have until next week to get a lot better at this. Apologies,
oh, no,
guys.
We'll be out of town next week.
No, don't say that.
No, we'll do it.
Where? Where are we going? Why do we keep leaving?
Anyway, okay.
Why do we keep going places? Oh. Anyway.
We're still in the state.
Bottom right corner. All right, you got it. That's a good idea. Boom. That's a lot. I don't know why I didn't think about it. Thank you, EG. All right, guys. So a lot has changed. First of all, real quick, Alyssa left her job. We're officially both freelancing.
Monday was my last day. So I think I mentioned it on Instagram, but I didn't really make a formal announcement. But yes, I did leave my job. So
Yep.
This is basically what I'm doing full time.
So if you guys aren't up to speed on the lore of the Seymours, I lost my job 3 months ago. Been freelancing ever since. Now we've kind of been trying to do this full time. So we do have a Patreon if you guys want to go support it. You can find a link on the latest video, but not mandatory. Your viewership is enough.
Yeah, just come hang out with us during our lives.
Yeah, seriously. I think we're going to try and do more lives over there and do like the ACE parties. Probably move that over to Patreon, so check that out. So that's just a channel update.
Do more of them there.
We're going to do more lives with the ACE hangouts, so the group range events, virtual range events we'll do over there. We've got the Hearing Protection Act, Short Act going through. So right now, as that currently stands, for those up to date or not up to date, currently the language is to remove the $200, but not the...
Change the $200 to $0. So you still have to buy a tax stamp. You still have to register. Everything's the same except the price that you pay.
Yep.
Which is stupid.
Very stupid.
You know.
Honestly, so a lot of people are saying this loses momentum. Here's my thought, guys. If we can get more and more Americans into guns, the more they realize how stupid an SBR and suppressor tax is, or tax stamp is. So my philosophy or idea is to show more SBRs, show more suppressors in American civilians' hands, and that will create enough buzz in the regular populace that people will naturally be interested in owning those things, and it'll kind of be a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? It's kind of like when the Corvette C8 came out. Everyone started seeing people drive them, and they look really cool, and everyone's like, oh, wow, they look like Ferraris. And so they just kept selling out, and they kept making them, right? Same philosophy. If my buddy owns one, I want one, therefore I'll go get one. Hopefully. So
It'll be harder to take away.
It will be.
So, but yes, I think there's a comment from EG about basically if we don't get rid of the NFA as a whole, they could potentially add a higher tax next time. That is a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that is a possibility. It's not the best outcome, but I think it's a step in the right direction. I just don't know when we're gonna get another chance to fully repeal the whole NFA. So I don't know.
Yeah. I would go back to kind of, my argument there. It's let's not worry about what could happen. Let's just focus on what is happening or has happened. So
yeah.
This could be bad. This could be good. I don't want to fall into the whole pessimistic realm.
If you think sorry.
No, you're
I just have to say, if you think about it though, but if we didn't change it at all, so what I feel like what these people are saying, we would rather just not change it at all. But in that case, they could eventually increase it later as well.
Yeah.
So why not decrease it at least for now?
Let's just not play the what if games.
Yeah.
Let's only deal with the cards we're given right now.
Yeah.
And so that being said, like, yeah, it could be worse. It could be great. I'm gonna lean on it's good. Let's just take a win. We don't get them very often.
Yeah.
3 years ago, suppressors took 8 to 12 months to get, and now we're in
longer.
In a 2-day waiting period with some of our cans.
Yep.
Look, I don't like the process. I want to repeal the NFA. I want to get rid of it. That's where I stand. That's where you stand. But let's stop and smell the roses.
Yeah, we don't do that enough. I mean, we don't get a lot of wins, but when we do, we need to acknowledge them and thank the people who did push to at least get that language in the bill. I mean, of course, it still hasn't passed yet, but if it does.
If it does. So. Yeah, SBR your stuff.
Well,
now, if you're afraid of a registry, that's still there, okay?
Well, people in my video were also saying, remember, you have to let them know when you're crossing state lines. So there's a lot of, like, stupid stuff. So I wouldn't just tell people to go out and just register them, because...
Do it. I'll do it. I'll tell them.
You'll tell them. I won't tell them.
Looks cool for Instagram. No, I think...
And there's people out there that really want to lay low.
I understand that. And I think...
for us, it's not a big deal because we're already in the public's eye.
Yeah.
So for other people, it's different.
Let's just put it this way. If you're posting your guns on Instagram, you're on a registry.
Whether you like it or not, you're on some sort of list.
If I can scroll through your feed and at least see a couple guns that you own, you're not trying to hide it. Now, I'm not trying to get you guys to jump on it. I'm just saying, I think the more the public sees SBRs and suppressors in civilian hands, the more they'll want them for themselves. My family didn't even know you can own SBRs or suppressors. They didn't even know about the SBRs or suppressors until we started getting them. And then they researched the laws and they're like, that's really dumb. That's stupid. And I'm like, great, cool. So now the next time they hear about a dumb law being passed by SBRs, at least they understand what's going on. So
yeah, but stick with your braces if you want.
Yeah,
you don't need a stock. He'll say you need a stock.
No, you don't need a stock. Honestly, just stick with the brace or do secret option number 3.
No,
I'm not going to tell you what that is.
Don't put that out there.
But if you're not online, then who knows, right? So anyway, just kidding. That's not legal advice. That's a joke. People information is already on the internet. Oh, it says, e.g., I think the thing is that a lot of people's information is already on the internet, being bought and sold by Facebook, Google, etc. We're in the digital world now. Absolutely. Absolutely. We all need a sense of skepticism too, guys. Especially with AI going on. But all right, well, that's kind of all the HPA short stuff.
Yeah. We will see tonight, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll kind of see what happens and see if there's any amendments made. Then it'll go back to the Senate, or if they just vote on it outright. We'll see if it ends up on Trump's desk or not.
Yeah.
So.
Quick note: how do you feel about Trump so far? 6 months in.
He's making a statement. I'll say that. He's making a statement. I have to let it play out.
His presidency? Second term? I'm just talking about Trump in general.
I like him. I like him. I do.
Yeah.
I don't always agree with some of his decisions, but I like him.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
I will say this. He hasn't followed through with everything, but man, is stuff getting done really quick.
Yeah.
Seems like
and he's
every-
doing what he says he's gonna do.
Yeah, he does
Which
follow
I think
through.
we needed.
Threats and all. Anytime he makes a
He-
threat. So.
True. I think he's what we need right now, but and there's controversy around this bill.
Yeah.
As a whole. We'll see. We'll see how it plays
Yeah.
out. I don't know. I don't know. There's so
Yeah.
many like. Yeah.
I will say there are times in which you feel like you're holding on for dear life. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. The whole Israel-Iran situation, but
Things seem to be working out so far.
I mean, it's been a win streak. It's been a win streak. You cannot deny that he's been pretty on it, much winning at everything. So
I don't think you should trust any politician.
Yep.
But out of all the politicians, I trust him the most, and I do feel like he has America's best interest.
Yeah.
Or comparative or relative to the other politicians, he has America's best interest in mind. So we'll see how things play out. So
a few promises we're waiting on, especially when it comes to firearms. A few promises not kept so far, but overall, it's been a wild 6 months. And you know, the funny thing is I've loved to see a bunch of our liberal friends, though, like when the whole Iran conflict was popping off. Love it or hate it, I mean, he ended the conflict really quick, so it was.
Yeah.
I was a little bit puckered up because I thought, holy crap, this is the end of his presidency. But man, it's either he took a huge gamble or he knew what he was doing.
Sorry, I'm like trying to read that.
So Josh says the stuff happening in New York right now is what's really scary. And now Diddy pretty much got off with nothing more than a slap on the wrist. Yeah, the Diddy stuff was crazy.
I haven't looked into the Diddy stuff too much. I just heard a little bit.
Diddy done diddly.
But yeah, the New York stuff.
With a name like
They're
Diddy.
turning socialists. We'll just say.
Oh, New York. Yeah, New York's crazy.
Are we doing Ace? I
Yes.
have it up.
Yeah,
So-
let's do it. Let's do it.
You want to start?
Let's do it.
Go.
No, you
You
start.
no, you
I don't want to
okay.
start.
So, another thing. Since it's been a few
USPSA
weeks.
matches.
So, since the last time we were here, we
Yep.
competed in a USPSA match, a Steel Challenge match, and I also did tactical games. Just in the last 3 weeks. It was like, I feel like every weekend it was something. So, what are you doing?
Ignore this, guys. I'm trying to set up the... Wait, where did that go? Keep going. Keep talking.
Anyway, so...
There we go.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
I didn't lose my magical touch.
Anyway, so competed in quite a few challenges already, or matches already.
Yep.
Which it'll be fun to continue doing that, getting better. I am officially C class.
Woohoo! Me too. Do you want to tell them about our first match?
Okay, so first match was USPSA. Also, by the way, Tanner. Oh, you need to go in the. Hold on, you need to go in the group range. Go back to the hut.
Are we doing group range?
Yeah.
All right.
Unless you want to just.
That we just go and shoot right now.
That's up to you if
That's
you want to
okay.
do group range or not.
How many people are in group range right now? Let's ask that question. Let me drill, and then ask how many people are in group range.
Okay.
This looks fun.
Anyway. So.
Alright.
USPSA, that was fun. It was just like an intro match, so it was nothing crazy. Kind of just getting.
Here you are. Sorry.
Getting.
I'm
getting
turning around right now.
familiar with kind of USPSA. So nothing crazy. That was really fun. Tanner beat me.
Yeah, I did. What did I get? Tell them. They want to know.
You got what? Third?
Third, baby. With what?
With your gun. That doesn't matter.
It matters, dude. I did it with a Cary Beretta 92.
Yeah, like compact.
Pretty freaking
Beretta
sick
92.
baller. Shout out to Langdon Tactical.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, he was not a fan of having to.
Compact pistol.
Well,
on
dude.
USPSA.
Well, not just that, but do a double action pull on the first trigger pull. Since it is a DASA gun. But he did beat me. I'm pretty sure it's only because I got one mic. No, I got a mic, well, and a no-shoot, technically. Yeah, we don't talk about that. And then I did tactical games, which sucked. I was not as fit as I was hoping to be. I needed to get back and work on my fitness. And it kind of just threw all my shooting off. But I got first in the pistol stage of tactical games.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, so it really showed that like my shooting is getting better, especially on pistol. It was like shooting through barricades, so it was pretty fun. But that was like my only win for the weekend because everything else sucked. And then last weekend we did a steel challenge, which...
Where did I miss? It says I missed. I didn't miss.
Did you hit...
I didn't hit no shoots? I think it's lying. Where did I miss? There's got to be a steal up because there's only one hit.
Look, like, peek over and see.
No. I don't think it's counting that one. You see that?
No, I don't see what you're...
Do you see what I see? Right there. It's not counting that one.
Oh, I was looking past that.
I want to ref. Wait, what do I do? What do I do in this instance? RO. Excuse me. You missed one. Wow, it's really simulating though the problems that you have at the range. That's great. So normally... Oh, I totally... Sorry. I hate destroying ranges.
Yes, I did do the tactical games while pregnant. It was...
Totally.
I gotta clarify, because it wasn't when I was like far along. I think it was about 12 weeks. 12 or 13 weeks. So like 3 months. And after that, I did not shoot at all. I did not want to risk anything. So I stopped. And then I came back 3 months postpartum and did the tactical games again. So, yeah. And then, so last weekend we did Steel Challenge, and I beat Tanner.
Don't talk about it. Actually, I technically beat her because she's shooting a staccato P, and I'm shooting a carry gun.
Well, okay, so...
And it was one stage that I threw, but in every other stage it was better.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he beat me in every stage except one, and because of that one stage that he screwed up on, I beat him. But he is in a different division, and when we went on the official website, he had a better percentage than me, so I guess technically he beat me, but also technically I beat him.
There's no technicality in it.
So, whatever you want to believe.
All right.
But I was faster than him. Oh. Ghost was saying it might have been, or it was a wall hit. If you heard that.
I did hear that. Ghost, I disagree. You have no footage. Just kidding.
Do you want to hop in the group range? I think Rigid wants to get on.
Hey! Rigid's on? Let's do it.
Okay. He's convinced now.
Your groups?
Your groups. My groups. At the top. Up. Right there. Left. Down. Yep. Open.
GG Peep Crew?
Yeah. And then enter group range.
Alright, let's do it.
Cool.
Sorry, you guys won't be able to hear Rigid.
Yeah, we're technicalities.
Yeah.
We don't want any echoes.
What up? Hey. I like running in this game because you don't have to run. All right.
What else were we going to talk about?
TREX arms is another topic.
I'll wait till maybe you get off because I know you have a lot of opinions on that. Okay, so I guess to clarify about the TREX stuff, I don't want to be known as like a gossip page, so I want to be very careful about talking about these things. And I know there's pages, channels out there that
We're not Ben Stoker.
I like watching him. Don't get me wrong. I like watching these drama, like gossip channels. Yeah. I just don't want to be known as that.
Well, I think the thing that we wanted to talk about is the nuance and complexities of family business.
Yeah.
Because you and I are a family and in business, but we've also been involved with family in business. And
Yeah.
I've been involved with 3 businesses, unicorn startups that have all failed and have seen multiple families destroyed by business. So
Yeah.
it's not uncommon, and people, let's just put it this way, there are more businesses in America that fail miserably and very ugly than there are that succeed. Yeah, I've seen some people dragged out of buildings before. So there's a lot of nuances to like business and a lot of nuances to family.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone's kind of taking sides when you could also appreciate T-Rex and be a customer of T-Rex and also support Lucas and his new ventures. Two things can be true at the same time. All right.
So I think there's a lot of information, a lot of nuance that we don't know on both sides. And does it look bad on T-Rex? Yeah, it does look a little bad, but at the same time, like I said, there's just a lot we do not know.
Don't miss.
And so.
Oh, dang you. Oh, no. That skill wouldn't fall. This score doesn't count. Dang it. It's still respectful. All right, your go. Actually, your go, but you can't watch where I'm going.
They're just having their own little fun over here. What the heck?
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Let me know you're ready. This is legit training.
Yeah, separate the artist from the art. T-Rex still makes a good product. Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Is he even over there yet?
I hope that was distracting.
Don't even know what was going on.
Yes. Yes. All right, in this game, you have to see who's the most distracting.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
the competition here. Alyssa, you need to get up here. All right. Let's give it a go. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, are you ready, Bridget? All right. Oh, hold on, I wasn't ready. Sorry.
Yep. I think both sides could have done things better for sure. And, you know, as much as they are being transparent about things, I'm so distracted right now.
No, you moved the reins. I was trying to move faster than you could move. Oh, dang it, I couldn't. That was horrible. It wouldn't let me shoot through you. That was pretty good. It can't shoot your friends. All right, Alyssa, your turn.
Yeah, but all I was saying was, I do appreciate that they're being transparent, but there's still we just don't know the nuances to it, and things can be perceived in a different way than they are actually
happening.
Yeah.
Your go.
All right.
All right, so there's 2 games to this. If you're not shooting, you have to be the most distracting.
Okay.
So the most, like, the more you can knock him down, the better.
I feel like this is loose. Okay.
Yeah, you can tighten that. All right. That's the way to train, guys.
Okay.
Apathetic operator. This is Ace virtual shooting. Very, very cool. It's kind of a game, but it's also a tool. You don't get recoil, which is the negative side, but it does help with target acquisition, being target focused.
But neither do you. You also don't get recoil in just dry fire. So
yeah, it's just an enhanced dry fire. But it definitely has improved or helped me and Alyssa after competing actual USPSA matches. The only thing we were missing is recoil, which we'll train through actual live fire, and then also like the nuances of our gun when it's active shooting. So does he pull the hold? Oh, the whole I wasn't. No, I don't pull that ghost.
What?
I was actually pretty good. I will fight any RO who disagrees with my call, though. Melissa, can you design your own range? I think you can. Right,
Hey.
Alyssa?
Oh, that's awesome. Nice to meet you.
That's right. I think you can on a private. You can do your own little private range.
Tanner, you're saying can we
Create our own ranges.
create our own range?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Never mind. You can't yet.
Unless that's new. But I don't think we
Someone
can.
was asking. Arya Stark for sure. We never finished. Actually, I finished Game of Thrones. She never did. Okay, so about Lucas and T-Rex Arms, because I want people to like kind of understand our background. We went into business.
Alright,
I went
go.
into business with a family member, we'll just say, and at the time, they did a lot of things that I felt wasn't justified, but also at the time they saw me as kind of lazy. And we both had perspectives on how the other was running the business and what the other should be doing in ownership. And that went on for about a year. Little did I know that that family member was dealing with severe medical conditions, which makes sense with all the actions. Anyway, we're good, close friends and still family. We dissolved the business after we honestly had a night of just yelling at each other. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? There's been wow. All right, their range day looks fun. But knowing my experience and personal experience there, and then also how business gets between us, and also seeing some unicorn companies here in Utah rise and fall, and executive teams completely thrash apart. Business is business, and sometimes you have to separate your feelings from what's best for a company, and I could see certain people in T-Rex being abrasive type of people who would normally be really good friends, but in a business setting puts them in a unique position where they're tethered together to essentially raise a separate entity. And just like how parenting changes you, dang it, you beat me.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you did. Just like how parenting changes you, starting a business changes you. I won't say it's like a child, but there are qualities of it that are like raising a child. In that, you have to put it first in a lot of instances and make a lot of sacrifices. So, all that to say, with Lucas and his brothers, I think the brothers see it their way, which is if they did start on that early, I could definitely see how they're like, hey, we contributed, although they weren't the face, they contributed. And that's fair. You have to be fair to the people who aren't in the front of the camera all the time. But also I could see how Lucas, who is the face of the company, feels like it is his company to say and do what he wants. And that's fair, right? But fame does a weird thing to you. And I don't think T-Rex Arms was completely separated from being an influencer company. But anyway. You got the DLC where you're camped up on a roof aiming at the orange. No. Let me know if you guys got any more questions about anything going on tonight while these guys goof off. I'm feeling left out. We need 2 aces.
You can go back in.
We need 2 aces.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
Okay.
Hey, quick question, guys. We've thought about starting a gaming channel. It's not just Ace, but like doing Escape from Tarkov, Call of Duty,
War Thunder.
some games like that. Halo. Be fun to do old school Halo matches.
I don't
Anyway.
want to go out of the boundary.
Oh, sorry. That's why you're holding it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we need to get 2 aces, but that also means 2 MetaQuests, and I don't want to fork up that money.
And then
so.
we gotta do 2 live streams.
No, we would just do 1. But eventually. We do have the new
Dang.
handset. Yeah,
Oh.
so we have the new handset. The handset, the Ace is launching 2 days, July 4th.
Alright, my go.
We can't say what it is, but
Alright.
Yeah.
12-4-2. I bet I can do it.
we still need a
shoot
MetaQuest.
from the hip. Whew. You see that? That's an orange. He hit Delta, it looks like. Look at all these Charlies. It's really bad accuracy if I don't say myself. Alright. I wasn't ready. Where's my dot? I totally went the wrong way. How was that? What? It's right there. I know where it was. I threw it right here. I hit the wood again. If I didn't hit the wood, I would have beat you.
If only.
If onlys and onlys.
Can you shoot the target while someone else
I
is
was
shooting?
thinking about
And
that.
like, does that change their score? Don't do it right now.
Hold on.
Nice.
I have a we want to test a theory.
Maybe one of them knows.
So let's see if we can like really get the highest score possible on this and how we're gonna achieve that.
Well, I don't know if it counts the other ones.
Well, hold on. So
Probably
Alyssa and I have a
doesn't.
theory that you can shoot on other people's stages.
It's not
and
a
have it
theory,
count.
it's a question.
It's a question. We're gonna test that. So what we're gonna do? You don't think it counts? Let's do it. Let's try. Somebody starts. I'll take the right. Somebody else take the left, and the person starting takes the middle. Let's see if it works.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right. Well, you start it. Yeah, you start it. When you start
That's
shooting,
fair.
we'll go. Yep. Ready. Was I the last? Oh,
Dang.
I know, it totally.
That would be really cool, though.
All right, dang it. That was. Yeah. All right. Well, that was a failed theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't really work out.
We would try to get the highest score ever.
What I notice is Ace makes me feel really fast, and then I get out to the range, and I'm not as fast as this.
Nice. Oh. Damn. That's really scary. All right.
So
But I can
Tanner,
do better.
when is the next Steel Challenge or USPSA? So
Yes.
I think we're wanting to do more USPSA. We'll probably do like Steel Challenge once a quarter, maybe. I don't know if I want to do it every month. I want to focus more on USPSA. And we will probably be doing that at least once a month.
Dang it, I hit the no shoot. I'm so sorry. Your shoulder.
The next one, I'm trying to think of when the next one is. I think it'll probably be... I'm trying to remember because we have 2 different ranges that we can go to that are near us. One just opened this last weekend, so we went to the grand opening, which was awesome. Calendar. I think the other range does like 2nd and 3rd weekends. So we probably won't be doing it next weekend when we're busy. but maybe the 19th, 18th and 19th, I believe. I'll double check the calendar, but that's probably the next one. But like I said, we'll be doing them at least once a month. And try to move up to B class. But we did become USPSA members also, just a few days ago. So, trying to get classified. But Steel Challenge was definitely a C class.
Yeah.
Doing like a little training session. Is the HPA and Short Act back in the bill currently? Okay, so as of right now, unless things have changed within the last hour, it is back at the House because there were amendments made in the Senate, so it went back to the House, and only part of the HPA and Short Act is in. So the language currently changes the $200 tax stamp to a $0 tax stamp. So basically everything's the same except for the price of the tax stamp. So you still have to register it and everything, which is stupid, but I personally think that's a win if it does pass the way it does, or the way it
pull
is.
the trigger just slightly, not all the way braking, but kind of prep the trigger essentially.
And there's also a 90-day, not waiting period, I don't know what the word is, but it doesn't take effect until 90 days later, if this passes. So just know that if it does get to Trump within the next 2 days, it'll be like end of September, early October. I want to be able to hit the ace multiple, or like just consistently. I don't ever get scores that high. Rarely. I've done it a couple times.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going like in depth. I like this. Little training session over here. I just got shushed. But yeah.
The instructor is talking.
Oh, sorry. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. Drop them in the chat. I need to get a holster for the ace. That would be fun to train with a holster.
Ooh. 12.
Oh.
43.
We have got... Tanner picked up a new gun
I'm
today.
going. I want to try it.
So he got a Langdon Tactical Beretta 92. Well, he was already shooting that, but the compact version. But he picked up a
1243 to
full-size,
1270. Yeah.
a full-size version today.
Yeah.
He likes it so far.
By quite, literally almost a quarter of a second. So. All right. My control. I'll show y'all how it's done. You guys can't see it, but on stream I'm doing the most epic.
To be honest, I'm not sure about Clyde's amendment.
Thank goodness.
Was that the one? I know there was some talk about it, but I don't know if it was actually introduced. That's kind of loud. At least for me.
This is a bad control. Sorry, I ran into the couch. I totally ran into the couch there. Hold on.
Are you able to turn it down slightly, or is it?
Yeah, sorry guys.
It's kind of loud. Okay.
Totally.
And then, yes, we did talk about TREX a little bit. I know Tanner was talking about it while I was shooting, and I didn't hear all of that. But we just kind of gave a little bit of our take on situations like that, and just the fact that there's a lot of nuance around it and a lot of information that We still don't know, even though they are transparent about it. So I think people are just quick to kind of have that cancel culture. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. But people just want to kind of do that cancel culture, all that stuff. So I just
That was bad.
urge you to not be so quick
1629.
about
All
that and just realize there's more to the story that we don't know.
This was that was a control. All right, 1629. Let's see how we do.
So I do not have a holster.
So
the new
between
handset.
here, we can look at this. So between this 674 to here.
Actually, I might have
0.54.
something.
Okay.
That's a good
Alright.
possibility. I'll have to ask him.
Let's try it.
Because he would know. Because we have some holsters laying around that were from our guns a long time ago. So we might actually have a holster for the new one. Do you guys have any guesses on what the new handset is for Ace? I know there's been a lot of people throwing stuff out there. Or hoping for certain
that
things.
was way faster for me. All right, so the split here to here. Okay, so let's let it populate because it's got to do its thing. Okay, so the split from here, so 548 is 0.5, so it's almost the same between there. I shot cleaner on that one, that's for sure.
Those groupings are pretty good.
Yeah, my wife complimented my groupings. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna say it flowed a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to say exactly what the new handset is.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should. But
It's a high point. Are we not supposed to tell him?
Oh, was he? Sorry, I didn't even hear what you said. Yeah, it's a high point. No.
It's all right. Alyssa?
I'm not going to confirm nor deny anything that's going on in the chat.
Come switch with me.
I'll say that.
She technically leaked that on the Patreon. Go join the Patreon. This is a family Christian channel.
Yeah. Anyway.
What is that? All the funding is provided by PBS Kids. Whatever. When government funded TV shows.
The taxpayers of Hulu.
The taxpayers have funded this episode. Man, could you imagine if we could get taxpayers to fund our episode? We are a channel, a family channel for children. Just kidding. I would not let our son watch our stuff. All right. It'll fit a Glock holster. The community's obsession with Glocks is absolutely nutty. See you later, Star Fox. Star Fox says bye. She's quiet. She's in the zone. What else you guys want to talk about? Have you already talked about the new guns we got? Alyssa?
Oh, I mentioned the new Beretta.
Yeah. Ooh. Let's talk about this because we had a cool range session a couple days ago where we pretty much took out most of our rifles.
Beretta 92. And I got one for USPSA.
Anyway, we did a huge kind of like shot through the guns to kind of get a feel for all of them, for like difference. We also came out with a new rating system. If you guys haven't seen the Wilson Combat video, go check it out. Let us know how you feel about the rating system. We're already going to replace accuracy when it comes to pistols because when it comes to pistols, they're either accurate or not. So doing a rating system doesn't really make sense. But we're going to replace that with kind of trigger, like feel, fit, finish trigger. So let us know how you guys feel about that rating system. We will keep accuracy for rifles, bolt actions and such. We're going to have different categories for different guns, but Yeah, check out the Wilson Combat video. Towards the end, you'll see us introduce the new rating system for every gun. I like I've watched a lot of reviews on stuff, and Alyssa and I were like, why does nobody do an end table of where the gun sits compared to everything else? And so that's what we want to build, is a big database of all the guns that we've ever tested and reviewed, and legitimately stack them against each other in a database. So
Okay,
that way,
I'll do one more.
that way you
and then
guys
we
can
switch.
have numbers or
I'm gonna make sure
attributions
my boundaries are
on the
okay.
same table and
It's gonna be
compare
tight,
guns pretty accurately.
Should be good.
Sorry, listening to them throws me off, but hopefully that makes sense.
It's the battery's low, Tanner.
Uh-oh.
We got enough for at least a few more runs.
Get a run in. But yeah, one of our goals is to be
Oh my
pretty
gosh.
data driven, I would say. Try and remove a lot of the opinion from reviews.
Oh. Okay.
Dang,
I can't
did
remember
you
if that was.
you
No.
beat me.
I don't think that was.
You're
the
better
first
at this
one.
than
I
me.
can't see. I don't know what's you and what's me, Tanner.
I think yours is 11.46, right? No, 11.44.
I just got the 11.44.
I'll take credit for the 11.46. I'm just kidding.
I know yeah, it's.
Hey, I beat you
What, Tanner?
at the first one at least, so I can hold that. In real
Yeah,
life, I can
they
hold
do.
my own.
Yeah, because I thought about getting a second profile for Tanner, or second membership or whatever, but it's just not worth it because it's too complicated to like log out and log in.
Back
I'm
to
sure
the
it'll come soon.
original point. Sorry, as distraction. Back to one of the original points. When we tested out pretty much all of our rifles in one go, we found that actually the
Okay.
B&T was the softest shooting rifle we own, and that's even compared to our
Oh.
DI gun or direct impingement gun. Now this is all tested through suppressors with suppressors,
I mean, mine was at like 90% too, and
which
it's almost
suppressors
dead.
kind of make things softer anyway. But we have a video coming out on the APC 223 now that we got it SBR'd and got it set up how we want it to be. Stay tuned for that because that one's a fun one. B&T personally is one of my favorite companies that makes cool stuff. So we did purchase stuff on our own. The only thing provided was a suppressor on loan. So,
Oh, nice.
but excited for that video. HKMR 556.
I need to
We have a
probably try that
review
out. That's
dropping
cool.
soon after her tactical games run. We're pretty impressed with how dirty it got and
Probably
how it
middle
just
of
like
July.
it's a tack
Probably in a
driver.
few weeks.
Sub MOA at 11.5. So it's the best accuracy rifle or the best SBR accurate rifle we've ever tested,
Yeah,
I'd
2
say.
or 3 weeks, something like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. I mean, even Steel Challenge is so different. than
Any other
USPSA.
questions, guys?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Trying to look through comments, see if anyone's got anything for that we missed.
Yeah, I mean it's about to die too. So.
Rep Clyde's amendment to reintroduce. So
nice
far
meeting
as
you.
I know, that is DOA. It didn't go through. So the amendment to add it back in during the House, they're just going to push through with the original bill that was sent to the Senate, or the second bill that was passed through the Senate. So is what it sounds like. They're not putting any more amendments in it. Could change. They're voting on it tonight, so we'll see how that goes.
Thanks, see ya. It might not be Wednesday next week, but sometime next week. We'll let you know. Okay, you too. See ya.
All right, Alyssa's coming off now. Get her back in the chat.
Sorry. Okay, this is about to die, so we can close this up. if we
'Kay.
want.
Let's do that. Boop. And then I think it's... Whoa, there we go. All right. So we're going to close it off. Final questions, guys, gals. Anywhere in between.
There we go.
When are you going to shoot another match and film it? Well,
So
we might have already done that.
we actually have
Next week. We're going to launch
Next
an episode.
an episode. Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you were thinking match. Yeah, we have like so many matches because we have like 2 ranges and they host at least once a month, more like twice a month, I think, at least for one of them, or at least USPSA matches. But yeah, we just did the Steel Challenge last weekend and got some footage, filmed everything. It was funny because I was they wanted an all-female squad. I think it was the first time that they've had an all-female squad, and so Tanner wasn't in there. So we tried to
grow out my hair, convince him. Didn't work.
Anyway, and so he had to like run over, and I was trying to run over like to his bay, and we were a couple bays apart, and so we were just trying to like catch each other before.
We were doing this.
Yeah.
It was pretty
before
fun.
they went. I missed him a couple times.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, you saw my worst stage, and then you saw my best stage.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty proud. Like there was a stage, I can't remember what it was, but it was maybe Shoot and Pray or something like that. Smoke and Hope, and I burned through that in one go.
Yeah.
And
no,
it felt so good when everyone audibly was like, oh, and I was like, yeah, that felt.
Oh, you
good.
got in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I got it like something really. What felt pretty crazy to me.
Yeah, my fastest on that one was like 3.4 or something, in the 3s.
I'm shooting a carry gun too. Just want to put that out there.
You keep saying that, but
double action. You have to start long trigger pull on that first. I'm super excited about the new Beretta.
Yeah.
Langdon Tactical. If you guys haven't shot a Langdon, everyone says this. You got to shoot a Langdon.
Yeah.
They're pretty insane. They just feel different. They feel very mechanical. It's like an AK. It's like a super well built AK. If you guys have ever held a well built AK, you know how you charge that. It goes ka-donk, ka-donk. Like everything's got a bo-donk, honk, honk, honk. It's very mechanical.
Oh, speaking of AKs.
That's a Beretta 92. It's like very buttery smooth. Just conk, conk, conk.
Sorry, I was going to mention we got our PSA crank back.
We did.
So it
We're getting
looks
cranky.
like it's fixed. We haven't taken out to the range yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting off topic. We were talking about the matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are trying to do 2 videos a week. I know we said that earlier, and then we're doing lives. But we'll probably come out with 2 like actual long-form videos a week. So Sundays like we've been doing, and then probably Wednesdays midweek.
Yep.
And so probably next Wednesday we're gonna come out with that match video?
Yeah,
challenge?
next Wednesday. We're trying to do 2 uploads,
Are you
like she said.
That, or am I?
I'm editing that.
Okay.
Well, the question is, who's editing the Sunday video? What is the Sunday video?
Good question. I have
Stay tuned. We don't know
2
what
options. We'll see.
Oh, you do actually. MP5 review.
Yes.
Which we want to do one more test of that.
I was gonna plan that to be the following week. I was gonna do the HK this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
The MR556 A4.
That's probably a better one because we have more rounds on that, and we need to test. There is something that went wrong with the MP5, the SP5K. But we think it's just an it's. We are hearing many reports that most MP5s have issues with flat nose 9mm. So we're going back out to test 147 with round nose to make sure that works. So we actually do care about testing, guys, but we'll say it right now. The Zenith ZF5 had issues with flat nose ammunition. I think it was 147.
We didn't know that at first, and then I did some research.
Yeah.
And I was like, Tanner, I think this is why. And then even Zenith confirmed that they don't recommend that.
Yeah.
And they do have issues. I'll get into this more in the video, but Zenith did say if the customer does want and plan to run flat nose, they can sometimes
Tune it.
do a little magic. No.
Yeah,
tune it a little bit
Polish
so
the
that
feed ramps.
it's just
Probably,
the
or
feed
something.
ramp basically.
Yeah.
So
But anyway, it's a known issue with a lot of MP5s, so I don't know if we will hold it against Zenith. Otherwise, the gun has run pretty flawlessly.
I love it. It's fun.
It's fun. It's a really fun gun. Anyway. In subguns with flat nose. So yeah, I mean, we've wanted to be fair, but also like, that's like as a new shooter, that's not something
like
that's
we didn't
common
know
known.
that at first.
Yeah.
Until we kind of dove into it, so
So
it's
we'll
just something we want to make sure people know. But because I don't think I saw it in any review.
Yeah.
I don't think.
We did see a couple reviews that were like mixed about the Zenith. Mixed is a bit like some were great, some were terrible.
Yeah.
So it does sound like there's a QC thing there. The one we've got doesn't really have any QC issues like wobbly parts or anything like that.
The only we'll get into I was gonna mention some things,
we'll
but
just
I'm gonna get
save
into
that
it
for
in
the
video
review
because I could be here all night talking about it. But yeah, so far it's been great. But watch out for that video.
Yeah.
But we'll probably have the MR556A4 on this Sunday. I love that gun.
Oh, that
It's
one's
so
still
great.
good.
I ran it in tactical games, so
Yeah.
I have a very good what's a word?
Experience or
Yeah. I have a good understanding of how it runs and what I think about it. So I'm excited to do that video and
Yep.
So
Ghost says those sounds don't inspire smooth. Look, he's talking about my AK sound effects.
Oh.
If you know, you know. All right. It's peanut butter. It's chunky peanut butter. All right. Actually, chunky peanut butter is one of the best peanut butters. A lot of people don't like chunky peanut butter, but I think it breaks up the texture. And when you're eating just peanut butter, you need that break of texture in there. Otherwise, it gets redundant too fast, and your taste buds just start to reject it. So the chunkiness prolongs the how do I want to say, your tolerance to eating the same thing. So chunky guns, better guns.
Okay. I mean, I see what you're saying, but I don't agree. We also picked up a few Henrys.
Yes. Yeah. We got some Henrys.
I was excited about that.
That's the only gun she wanted.
It was.
By the way.
Yeah.
Like, that and a SIG 553.
Yeah.
That's it. You give her that, she'll be happy.
I do eventually want a Staccato XC.
Or an Atlas.
But I do love the Staccato HD series, and I just wish they would... Well, I don't know. Because
Okay, question for you.
Okay.
Vinny is porting the 4.5s. He's cutting a port in that little slide. Do you want to send him?
So that would move me... Wait.
That's basically like a miniature XC.
No. I'm thinking, though, because if I'm using that for USPSA...
Mm-hmm.
So it would be in limited optics, as it is.
Yes.
I think the slide, like ported slide, not ported barrel, is okay in limited optics.
Problem
without
is
moving
part of the
you.
barrel. I mean, do you really care though? Because I'm competing. I'm competing in carry optics, and I'm punching. I feel like I'm punching above my belt here.
I don't think so. I think that's like you're in a good division.
Yeah. I want to go. I mean, I won't be in carry optics anymore with the full size, right?
You still might be.
I'm gonna put a comp on it.
Okay, no, you won't.
Good. All right.
That'll move you to open for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'd say just go open, man. Just go open, full gas, no brakes.
But if I'm gonna go open, I want to do like a race gun.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it makes that much of a difference. I might be naive, but
I mean, at my level, it probably doesn't make that much of a difference.
I've seen some really good shooters with just random Glocks. You know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, just things to think about. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm still getting familiar with all the divisions and everything.
Yeah.
So.
If only we could keep the Wilson.
Yeah.
That gun's pretty sick. The Division 77.
77, Project 1.
Yeah, we don't get to keep that gun.
Nice. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Rigid says, "Don't comp it!" Exclamation mark. Oh, you know, he didn't put it. He just
He
said.
should have.
So instead of "Don't comp it," it's a "Don't comp it." No.
Interesting. Are you really gonna comp it?
I don't know. Seems pretty cool. Vinny
Can
does
you
good
run
job.
it with the holster you got?
Yeah.
Did we?
The XC? Or oh no, my Beretta.
Yeah.
I want to comp it.
Because we're getting new holsters from Tier 1 Concealed.
I don't care if I'm in carry or open. Like that doesn't matter to me. I just want to compete, you know?
Yeah.
And if it like means that I got to be better.
Well, if you're
I gotta be
putting a
better.
comp on it, that's
Yeah. I'm running a Beretta 92, guys. I don't think I'm in it to win it. I'm kind of in it for the looks and the girls.
girl.
Yeah.
Watch your wording there, dude. Also, this is the wrong place if you're looking for girls.
By girls, I mean guys.
There's not a lot of. There's a lot of female shooters, but there's also not a lot.
I'm in it for you. That's why I'm in it. So I'm in for style points.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you see me going down range and I'm doing like butterfly thing, go, you know, like one-handed sideways, mind your own business. I'm performing. Okay, Don Welch. I have an XC and an Atlas. I'd love to get rid of all my staccatos, especially the HD, which is the worst gun I own. And yes, a race gun over a compensated gun. It makes a huge difference because race guns.
I agree on the race gun.
A lot to unpack there.
But the HD, it's not for everyone, and I think it has a purpose. I think it feels better in my hand. The ergonomics feel better. But I do love my staccato P. So
I'm gonna be honest, Don. I think there's a place for both of them, but
yeah,
I think I lean more towards practicality, like something that could be multi-role, like a duty, carry, home defense, that kind of thing. Not saying race guns can't. Not saying Atlases couldn't, but like Atlas is not. They're kind of race guns that have tactical, how do I say, attributes, characteristics. Whereas staccatos are more like duty guns that have race gun characteristics. That makes sense?
Yeah. And that's even compared to like STI
yeah.
as well.
Especially talking about the HDs.
Yeah.
Not 2011 is a little bit different. HDs, I think, have like more of a duty born purpose that carry over some of the 2011 race gun capabilities. So
and the 4.5 feels a lot better than the 4.
I shoot very fast with 4.5.
I'm excited to see what they continue to do with the HD series because it sounds like it's like here to stay, and that's where they're moving everything kind of towards.
Yeah.
So
I'll be honest, like we've shot in a lot of guns. It really comes down to minute differences, and those minute differences are not going to make you Grandmaster, right? I mean, like Donovan from Point One Tactics is an MNP guy.
Yeah.
So if he's
a Grandmaster, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or is he just Master?
I have to check. He's a great shooter. I think he's Grandmaster.
I think so.
We're going to have to double check ourselves, fact check. I think Donovan is a Grandmaster. I remember him talking about it, but
I wouldn't be surprised if he was, but I just can't remember.
Don't take our word for it. We're going to have to research that. But you got these guys who are competing at high levels with like pretty ordinary tricked out guns. Yeah, they're tricked out, but like, you know, they're not steel framed or anything like that. Some of these are. But I think, you know, you just develop good shooting habits, and that's, you know, nail your fundamentals, and that's going to be what carries you. Doesn't really matter what gun you have.
Do you see Rigids?
Rigid. No. What do you say? I highly suggest not modifying guns because it will hide your inefficiencies and you will not see the growth as a shooter. I agree in most cases, but I will say because we shoot a lot of like other guns, we are aware of our inefficiencies pretty quickly. Like every week we're shooting a new gun that has like doesn't have comps, doesn't have all these things. So like we have to embrace the suck of other guns. And I'd say like we're pretty aware of where we're inefficient at. But if you're a person who only owns 2 guns and you only shoot one and it's comped and ported and has all these things, but the one you carry is like bone stock and you never shoot it, then yeah, I think that gun is potentially hindering or hiding some things.
I think you can actually relate this to like iron sights versus red dots. I think some people jump the gun. Yeah, they jump the gun and get into red dots a little too soon, and they don't have those fundamentals that they build with the iron sights.
Yeah.
For example, so if you're searching for the dot like this, like, okay, let's focus on your fundamentals first because you're not ready for a dot. I think that's kind of in like similar.
Yeah.
So, what?
Don back on the HD says the HD sucks. I own 13 2011s. The HD jams and is made of shit. It is sloppy made. I live in Georgetown and I know almost everyone who works there. They lost their good gunsmiths in 2023. I'm gonna have a little A-class shooter in open and just made A-class limited hardly shoot limited optics.
Nice.
Well, Dawn, it seems like you have some opinions. I will say, out of we've owned, it's been six total staccatos now. We sold 3 of them. Never had an issue with staccato.
Yeah, I haven't had a single malfunction.
I think we're
including the HDs. Although we haven't shot as many in the HD as I have like my staccato P, but haven't had any issues so far.
We'll see. In the P you've probably put more than 10,000 rounds in it now.
Yeah.
3 tactical games, training.
4 tactical games.
4 tactical games, training. Like
I
more,
put a lot.
You put more than 10,000 rounds through it for sure.
Yeah.
In the HD P4, we put probably about 2,000 rounds in that so far.
And like you mentioned, I've also taken the staccato P at tactical games, so it's gotten dirty. I didn't even clean my staccato P after tactical games in Idaho 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the Steel Challenge, all I did was just add some lube because I was just a little nervous about it. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but in my head, I'm like, I'm just gonna add a little bit of lube. But I didn't even clean it, so it still had some dirt in it and everything, and 0 issues.
Staccatos have been good to us.
Yeah.
And the 4.5 is like after we shot it this weekend.
It feels great.
We got to keep our opinions low because we're only a few hundred rounds through that thing. So things could go wrong. It could be a shit gun.
And I will be taking it to tactical games, so we will see how it actually stacks up in that setting. I mean,
maybe we haven't shot bougie enough guns. Like, we shot the Alien. That was sick.
We did. So we shot the Alien at our grand opening, our local range. They had a grand opening this last weekend on Saturday, and so we shot the Alien there.
Mm-hmm. That was pretty wild. That was a good gun.
It's got a Alien. If people don't know.
It's got some weird, fun things. We're gonna do a video with Frank. Oh, Frank the Tank.
Said something else or a
Frankie.
different name.
Yeah, no, Frank. So we're gonna do a video with Frank here soon, and we're gonna reach out. I'll reach out. He's a good buddy of mine back from the Ready Gunner days. So
yeah, he said he's opening to kind of helping supply some aliens so we can just test them and do a review on. So,
but to your point, Don, we haven't dived into Atlases. We've shot Terran Tacticals, Sand Vipers, that kind of stuff. Very nice guns. Very, very smooth. Very cool. I'm gonna be honest with you. So far, I think the 4.5 has the perfect balance for me because it's right between that duty and it leans to the duty while also maintaining those competition.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really freaking good. I think that gun is a perfect example of it's not the best, but it definitely can get you. It's not going to stop you. You're not going to outrun it.
I can see myself running in tactical games, USPSA, not open, just limited optics.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Aliens are weird. If they have a malfunction in a match, it kills you. I've heard about some stories about that, so I'd be curious. I don't think we're going to be able to do a full legit review of an Alien because these are going to be Frank's So we're going to be able
just
to
like
shoot
one
them,
range day.
test them, see how they feel. Frank's going to be a little bit biased, which is fair because he shoots for them.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're going to be able to say whether or not we trust an alien until we actually own one and do some testing. But we'll at least be able to test. I think we're going to test recoil impulse and just do some drills with it, see how it feels, and if like the myths are true.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it as far as recoil,
Yeah,
but yeah, it's got its quirks. So
it's quirks and features. Right up there with the Chiapa rhinos. Yeah. Dude, when somebody said at the steel match, load your mag to 18 rounds or your revolvers to full or something like that, or is 15 rounds for revolvers to full, I was like, who is competing with a revolver out here? Like,
there.
I know there is, but come on, kudos to you. I've not gotten the revolver bug. I don't think you have either.
Yeah, no.
Do you have any desire to shoot a revolver?
You know, I kind of forgot they existed.
Yeah.
I know that's bad to say, but I mean, I'm just so focused on everything else. Like, they
Event-
just don't. I never like wanted one, basically.
Eventually, when we play Red Dead Redemption again,
Yeah.
when we watch True Grit again,
Yeah, I've watched
Tombstone.
Yeah, and I've watched
You're gonna watch Tombstone because you haven't yet.
No, isn't that the one I watched?
No, that's when you fell asleep during.
No, yeah, that one. So no, I watched it.
And then we'll get the revolver bug, but
yeah, and I've watched like YouTube videos from Admin and Kentucky Ballistics and whatnot, but I don't know.
what are Alexa Rays? What are your warm ups and drills you do? You guys test and review guns. I would say warm ups. We usually shoot a few rounds through various guns to kind of clean our palette.
Yeah.
So we always bring out like multiple, like our range days, since they're kind of endurance. Like we try and test at least 500 rounds through every gun.
Mm-hmm.
We typically
Even
bring
though
out
that's very low count compared to like what some people might say.
Like I think what we try and do, or the philosophy is like, you know, good gun, bad gun, good gun, or like try and bring out multiple different variants of guns to get a feel for the nuances. So like if we're bringing out a Staccato 2011, we'll bring out a Glock as well, just kind of feel what's out there and whatever, and how striker fires feel different from their hammers and all that stuff.
And even things that are similar but yet still different.
Yeah.
Like when I was testing the HD, we brought out like my Staccato P and the C2. So how does this compare to the other Staccatos?
C2, yeah.
So.
But especially if we're trying to figure out nuanced differences. So like when we shot the the P 4.5, we brought out the 4 to see how that previously stacked up, and the P. So we brought out the 2011, the 4, and then the 4.5, and we shot all of those back to back to feel the nuanced differences. And then
it's sometimes hard if you don't have them there with you, and you just have this like information in your mind. So being able to like test them on the range like back to back immediately, and feel those differences right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We also do a lot of transition drills, so you'll see like a lot of like moving, kind of ride the recoil a little bit.
I first like to just like feel the trigger and just kind of just take a few shots, just kind of accuracy shots basically, and then from there we'll do double taps into like bill drills and all of that. So yeah. What are you reading?
Reading my XLS 60K rounds. Issue I had is the HD card. So Don, I'm curious as to what issues you're having. Again, we're probably about 2,000 rounds through our 4. We're only a few hundred rounds into our 4.5. So far, I will say I like them, but I like duty-oriented guns. I like rigid feeling guns, you know.
I still like my Staccato P.
Yeah, I'm on the HD train. Actually, I quite do like it. I feel like it just feels like a more durable gun.
I feel like it fits my hand better, and I think the grip's slightly slimmer. I believe, right?
Yeah.
Like slightly, not a whole lot.
Yeah.
And so it fits my hand a little bit better without being too small.
Anyway, I think we're gonna close it off, guys. But we'll take off maybe a couple more questions. Be on for 2 minutes. I just want to shout out. We did start a Patreon. We're gonna try and do a bunch of perks there. I don't know. You can go back to our recent video, find it. If you guys feel inclined, it helps. We're definitely trying to invest more into camera gear, invest more into like our own gun purchases. We purchased our own rifles here, the APC 223s, and we got a new GHM9 coming in. So we got some B&T stuff that we purchased and trying to do more reviews on, as well as a SP5 HK series that we're trying to do. So, yeah, we're trying to get sample what we call the library of guns. We're trying to build a large library of firearms, so that way we can develop that rating system that we talked about earlier in this chat. So as well as cameras, obviously invest in cameras, but yeah, anything you guys feel like helping out, contributing channel, give us suggestions on what we can do for you guys. As a channel, topics we can cover, things that you guys feel like aren't being served, or parts of the community that aren't being served. Let us know.
We'd love to fill in some gaps if there's any in the industry. Well, there is.
Yeah.
We just got to figure out what gaps there are and what do we feel like we can contribute to and fill.
Yep.
So.
Also, big announcement. She will be at Goals.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. There's been so many things that's been happening. I can't keep up with it.
She'll be speaking on a panel at Goals.
Yes. So it's Goals, if you don't know, it's GOA's event. I think they call it Leadership Summit.
Yep.
Right? So that's in August in Knoxville, Tennessee. So I will be speaking on a panel on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So if you want to go, you should.
Yep.
If you're thinking about it, do it. So I'll be there. We'll be there.
We'll be there. Dustin will be there.
Our baby will be there. Because kids, like family, kids, it's family friendly. They're welcome there. They can go, which is awesome because SHOT Show, we had to leave our son with a babysitter, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But it's great that family is allowed at this convention summit, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. It'll be good.
It'll be good. So, but I just, big thank you to you guys, your support. Thanks for watching the videos. Seriously. We'll make them better. Oh, that's right. You are buying a house. That's awesome. I think, congrats, Rigid. I think that's big. ADPA Nationals. Aww. Oh, dang. But hey, a house is huge. Yes, I think. Congrats. Did I respond to that message? You messaged me. I need to respond. But Don, what's your podcast? Yes. We'll listen in. You got some more listeners here. Yeah, put that in the chat. Podcast. But also our GOA podcast should be launching soon. Yeah, we did a podcast with GOA. Sure, it'll be really cool. Or a month ago, however long it's been. Yeah. So yeah, lots been going on. I feel like there's something else we're not bringing up that I can't remember. But I'm just looking at my car's interior back there. I still need to get it in. I can't afford putting it in. But Liberty Goons. Okay. Look them up, guys. You got Liberty at least two more listeners here. At least two more. Oh, we'll make Dustin listen to it. It'll be 3. Sweet, dude. Oh, that's awesome. Music artist. That's interesting. I used to have a roommate who was a music artist. He actually did some bangers. Not gonna lie. Shout out Isaac. I miss you, buddy. He was a fun guy. Are you crying? No. I'm just kidding. Are you crying? No, Isaac was a good dude. Actually, a little it's tearing up a little. Isaac was a solid dude, man. I miss that guy. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. It's getting late if you couldn't tell. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we will catch you guys on Instagram probably because she likes to trash talk in her stories. Oh yeah, we'll help you with the studio for sure. Call us. Not that we're experts, but yeah, we did, everything down here basically. Yeah. The floors, the walls, to the windows, the gun room, the walls, to the pegboard. But he can help a lot with the camera stuff and lighting. I can make it look good and all that stuff. I can help you make it look good. Yeah. We were in the top 5 of our podcast last year in Vegas during SHOT Show.
Nice.
That's great, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, guys, go check out Liberty Goons.
I
Hopefully,
need to listen to more podcasts.
hopefully you don't say some heinous shit because I just shouted you out. So, anyway.
You don't
All
know
right.
you're promoting.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to call it here. Thank you so much, and really appreciate you guys' support. So, take care.
And check out our video going out on Sunday. The
Do it.
HK MR556A4, unless we decide to change it last minute. We'll see.
You'll see.
You'll see.
All right. See you guys. Sweet.